Hi everyone, my name is Balogun and I'm the founder of BuildTracker. So in this video, I'll be taking you through BuildTracker. I'll be showing you the features that BuildTracker has and how we can assist your workflow in your organization or your place of work. So to start with, because I already have an account on BuildTracker, I just need to click on the button that says go to dashboard. Um, So immediately I click on the button, you can see that I have some data loaded here. So this is the dashboard. It gives us an overview of the project that we're currently doing. Here you can see things like our completion rate, the projects that we've completed, the performance trends, status overview, priority distribution, and recent tasks. So one thing that BuildTracker also gives you the ability to do is to export your project details. So I can come here and I can either export as a CSV file format, an Excel format, or a PDF format. So one of the things that BuildTracker also gives you is that BuildTracker is multi-tenant, whereby you can be working in an organization that has various departments, or you guys have like various, let's say you're working in various teams. So you can just come here, you can select the theme that you have. So for instance, I'm going to click on this one here, Go 47. So you can see when I click on Go 47, I have a completely different skin in my front. So one of the things you can also do is that you can also create a workspace by clicking on this create workspace button. This allows you to enter the workspace name, give a detailed workspace description. You can also select the type of workspace that you actually want to pick. So those are part of the features that BuildTracker has. Another feature that BuildTracker has is the tax module. So when we talk about the tax module, this allows you, so for this demo, I'm going to be using the skill for the labs. So another feature that BuildTracker has is the tax module. This allows you to assign tax to people by clicking on this button. So when you click on this button, you can enter a tax title, you can give it a priority. Let's say for instance, the tax has a high priority, a low priority. So for this one, I'm going to be picking a medium priority. You can also have assign it to someone in your team. You can select from the drop down list of people you have. You can give it a story point, you can give it a description. You can also give it a due date. If you have an attachment, you can add the attachment to it. So what this allows you to do is that it allows you to create a tax. So one of the things that BuildTracker has is that it has like tags. So you can see that we have cards here. These cards are related to the tax that we've actually assigned to some people. So you can see that we have a tag here that shows like an attachment sign. This shows that this particular tax has one attachment. So if you see this one, it shows that this particular tax has a what? It has a comment. So you can also see this red one over here. It shows that this particular tax has a blocker or something blocking it. So that is it on the tax module. So you can also sort tax. You have the various views like the list view, which allows you to see everything in a list format, the board view, the timeline view, the Kanban view. This allows you to do drag and drop. You can drop to another status. So another feature that we also have is the team module. So this allows you to add team members to your workspace. So let's say for instance, I can click on this button. It allows me to enter a valid email address, a job role. It also allows me to enter a workspace role, whether the person is an admin or the person is a normal member. Another thing I can also do, let's say for instance, I have a lot of people in my organization, is I click on this invite link. So what this invite links allows me to do is that it generates a link whereby I can now share it in a group and I can tell everybody in my team to actually join so they can onboard from this invite link. So those are part of the features that BuildTracker has. Another feature that BuildTracker has is the wiki module. So the wiki module is a module that allows you to upload documents. It's more like a Google Drive where you can upload your documents, you can upload a lot of documents. You also have like various views. If you are not comfortable seeing list view, you can also click on this one to have a better format. You can create folders, you can put files inside folders, right? So those are part of the features that BuildTracker have. So one key feature that BuildTracker has is what? We have the quick link module. So the quick link module allows us to add links to our project. So let's say for instance you're working in a project whereby you have a Figma file, you have a GitHub repo. So instead of you having everything scattered in your browser history, what you can just do is that you can just click on this button and you click on the choose icon, you select from one of the icons that we have here. After you've selected that, you give it a service name, you give it a valid URL, select a category, let's say collaboration, documents, project, you give it a category, then you also give it a description. So someone that can just come here and see a valid description to be able to navigate to that particular link. One of the features that now makes BuildTracker very, very powerful is the module feature. So the module feature, this allows you to only on the features that your workspace need. Let's say for instance, you're working in a bigger organization where you need a Gantt chart to be able to like make a forecast for a very long period, you can click on this button. This gives you can see that immediately I click on this button, I have a module here that says Gantt chart. So I can choose to switch it off because I'm not using it in this one. So I can also choose to switch the sprint module on. So we are still building more modules, and more modules are still going to come in the future. So another feature that we now have is the report section. So this allows you to have a valid report or a detailed report about what's going on in your organization. So a stakeholder can just come here. You can see the amount of tasks completed. One of the things that BuildTracker also offers you is that you can see the amount of people that are doing the major tasks in your company. Like for instance, here I have Latif Jimo. He has completed 11 tasks. He has 0 tasks that he has not completed, and he has 0 tasks that are pending. So you can see an overview of every individual person in your organization. You can also see the most productive. You can see the least productive. You can download the reports for everybody on the team. So later on, like in the formal section, that's in the tax section, there is also something that actually, let's say for instance, we have a tax here. So let's say for instance, let me just move this tax that we have here. Let me move it to this to in progress state. So I can just click on this tax. One of the things that BuildTracker allows us to do is that it allows us to add blockers to tax. Let's say for instance you're working on a project whereby something is delaying you. Let's say for instance a PM has not given you a requirement. You can just come here, click on the blocker section, click that this tax has a blocker, enter a blocker description. So immediately you do that, if you come to this report page, what you see that you are going to see the blocker appear here. So in our total projects we have two blockers. So we have a blocker on tax 31, we also have a blocker on tax 14. So one of the things that BuildTracker also gives us is the activity module. In this activity module, you can see the list of things that people have been doing. So let's say for instance you want to make an audit, you can see that someone did this at this particular time. You can actually trace it from that. You also have a notification section. This allows you to see all your recent notifications. It's just like the normal activity log, but this one is more tailored to notifications. One of the things that BuildTracker also has is the tax module. So this is more like a normal to-do list that allows you to add items. So I can create a new task. Let's say for instance I want to do something. I can create it. Let's say I want to wash, for instance. I give it a due date. So let me give it tomorrow. So I can add the tax. So immediately I complete the task, I can just click on this one. You see I have like all my tasks completed, but I can choose to create multiple tasks and start doing things on it. So one of the things that BuildTracker actually gives you is that there is a module whereby we call it the stand-up module. The reason why we build this module is that we saw that a lot of companies, they spend significant amount of time on stand-up. So instead of we doing that, you can just click on start. Let's say for instance you want to have your stand-up in the morning. So the PM or the product manager can just tell everybody that, okay, I want you guys, or the Scrum Master can tell everybody that I want you guys to submit your updates in the check-in. So I can just click on this check-in. Okay, start daily check-in. So how was my day? So you have like a sentiment container that whereby you can just pick how you're feeling. So let's say for instance I'm crushing it today. I can enter what I did yesterday. I can attach the task to it. I can give it a valid description here. What I plan to do next, I can actually input that here, so I can actually link the task. So let's say for instance I have like 2 tasks that I worked on. So if I have any blocker, I can click on this button that says no blocker. So this allows me to enter the blocker detail. So I can also give it a blocker priority. I can also notify members that need to see that particular update. So that is it on the daily check-in module. So another important module, we also have 2 important modules. That is the sprint planning module. So I'm going to on it from here because I feel my team actually needs it. So we also have the Gantt chart module. I'm going to on it here. So this sprint planning modules allows you to actually create sprints. So allows you to actually create sprints. So immediately you create those sprints and you publish those sprints, the sprints are automatically going to appear in the task whereby users can then start doing things. So you have the product backlog. This is a place whereby you create your sprints, that the tags that you want to add into like the sprints. For instance, I have a task here. I can just add it to this sprint here that says active. So you can see I've added a tag to the sprint. So I can come to this side. I can say, okay, we have this one. So this one is currently active. So immediately I launch this, we are going to see that when I come to the tags, I have one here, design onboarding flow. So I can then choose to move it to where it's meant to be. right? So when I move it here, I can come to the sprint activity, the sprint planning module. Then I can choose to complete the sprint. Yes, the sprint has ended. So I can choose to complete the sprint. So this allows us to create more sprints. We can also check our velocity. You see the amount of sprint that we created. You can see the velocity from here. One of the things that BuildTracker also allows us to do is that it allows us to create Gantt charts. So Gantt charts are just a way whereby we use to simulate the duration of a project, whereby we have like we have strokes determining when a particular activity is going to start and when the particular activity is going to end. So this allows us to be able to visualize things like that. So you can actually filter by day. You can see this project is going to start from Monday 1st and it's going to end on September 14. I can also check by month. I can also visualize by week. So those are the things that BuildTracker allows us to do. So one of the important features that is also built on BuildTracker is the help module. This allows you to be able to learn BuildTracker properly the right way. So we notice that there are two types of users. There are some users that prefer learning via exploration. So I can just click learning by reading. So I can click on this get started. Immediately I click on this get started, you see I have like a fax here whereby I can just read to know what BuildTracker actually does. So one of the things I can also do is I can go back to my help section here. So I can see a list of videos here. So we have general tutorials whereby you have videos that indicates that, okay, if you want to get started, you're going to watch this video. If you want to start using the module, you are going to watch this video. So that is going to be all for today. Thank you very much, and thank you for staying here up till the end. Thank you. See you next time.